Greetings to every one of you. So in this video we are going to discuss another very important concept from data structures and algorithm, that is characteristics of an algorithm. An essential aspect of data structures is algorithms. The data structures are implemented using algorithms, whether it is arrays or lists, linked list, stack or queues, in which all the manipulation can be done only using the algorithms. What is algorithm? An algorithm is a well-defined list of finite number of steps for solving any particular problem. For solving one particular problem, there may be more than one algorithm available. Here just let us see an example how to find the average of given three numbers. So first of all, we need to read the values of these numbers, number 1, number 2, number 3. These are the inputs. Now we are going to find out the sum of these values. So sum is equal to n1 plus n2 plus n3. We calculated the sum. In order to calculate the average value, average is equal to sum divided by 3. So finally we have to give the output, that is print AVG, average, and the last step is stop. So this algorithm, it contains the input statement, that is read, and n1, n2, n3 are the inputs, and we calculated the sum value using the statement n1 plus n2 plus n3. We store the result in the sum, and in order to calculate the average, again the sum is divided by 3, and finally we print the value AVG, that is the output. Let us see the characteristics of algorithm. First of all, any algorithm should contain the first thing, that is input. So an algorithm has some input values, so we can pass some input values to the algorithm or not in some cases. Next one is the output. The algorithm may provide one or more outputs at the end of its execution. So minimum it has to provide one output, because that is the purpose of writing an algorithm. So the algorithm has to produce some kind of output at the end. The third characteristic is definiteness. An algorithm should be unambiguous. So that means it should not have multiple meanings, which means that the instructions in an algorithm should be clear and simple. It should not convey multiple meaning. The fourth characteristic is finiteness. An algorithm should have finite number of statements or steps, and it should end after a finite amount of time. So time is very important, and it should be terminated after some amount of time. Then effectiveness. An algorithm should be effective as each instruction in an algorithm affects the overall process. See, for example, if you take this algorithm, here you are reading the values, here you are summing the values, Here you are calculating the average. Here you are printing the average. So each and every statement is effective and which affects the process of the algorithm. See, for example, if I write a statement like, for example, S1 is equal to N1 plus N2. I am writing a statement in this algorithm, a step in this algorithm. But nowhere just I have used this particular, that is S1. What is the use? So, whatever the step we are writing in the algorithm, that should affect the overall, the process of the algorithm. Then the sixth one is language independent. See, we have programming languages, different languages. So, if you write an algorithm, it cannot say that it should be that is dependent on that particular language. So, an algorithm must be language independent so that the instruction in an algorithm can be implemented in any of the computer languages, okay, with the same outputs. That is more important. So, whether you are implementing this algorithm in C language or C++ or Java should deliver the same outputs. So, the language independence, that is the another important the characteristics. So, next one is analysis of algorithm. So, as I already said, in order to solve one particular problem, we have many algorithms. Many algorithms can be used to solve a same problem. So, that being the case, we have to determine the amount of memory and the amount of time required for the execution of this algorithm. So, select the algorithm based on which occupies less space and which consume less amount of time. Only based on that we have to, that is, select the efficient algorithm. So, the analysis of algorithm, it means perform the analysis over which algorithm consume less amount of time and which occupies less amount of space. So, that is what is called space complexity and the time complexity. The space complexity, it is connected with the perform analysis over the memory, the amount of space occupied by this algorithm, and the amount of time taken to run execution of this algorithm, that is what is called time complexity. So, in this video we have discussed what is an algorithm. I gave an example and we discussed different characteristics of algorithm, and also we discussed what is meant by analysis of algorithm. I hope you understood the concepts. Thank you. Keep watching.